Good morning and welcome to the next play. 6-7, I'm your host, Darkel. Thank you for joining me. To all my players and playettes, please like, share, and subscribe. It's totally free and takes less than 3 seconds to do. Yesterday I kind of messed up. I didn't give y'all the quiz. What was the quiz? The answer for yesterday was Dave Kingman, but I forgot to give you a quiz for today, so I'm going to do that now, and then we'll do the second one for tomorrow. Who had the same acronym in his name as the same city where he was born? Again, who had the same acronym in his name as the same city that he was born? Maybe I'll come back for that answer later. But the quiz for tomorrow is whose nickname was the Dream? Okay. I would like to start by my quote of the day, which is, you never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. Change begins at the end of your comfort zone. It took me a minute to get that. I'm still struggling, but that make a lot of sense, because a lot of us are comfortable to start to do new things because we're so used to doing the same thing that you almost become like a robot. You know, when you try something different, it just feels so alien, so foreign. But I'm going to give you that again. You never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. Change begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's a deep quote, and that was by Roy T. Bennett. That quote by Roy T. Bennett. Okay. I would like to give my word of today, which yesterday was white. Today, the word of the day is black. The definition of black. Okay. Night sky, absence of light, grim, gloomy, wicked. A black orchid. No, a black or crime, horrible, terrible, bleak, hopeless, sad, morbid, dismal, mourningful, funeral. I don't agree with none of that. That was their way. I don't know. You know how they was doing. They had to write certain things, you know. So white was pure as snow and honey as milk, without innocent, without any negative, you know, or it's the opposite of black. And I believe their meaning yesterday was clean as snow, milk, purity, cleanliness, innocence, hope, and peace, which is they're totally the opposite if you ask me. To me, black means beautiful, powerful, original, essence of all colors, peace, Asiatic. That's what black means to me, okay? For my understanding and doing my history and my homework over the years of 62 years. So, if you're black, you're beautiful, very strong, and I just believe that. And I believe the opposite for the other. The way they had white as peace and snow, all of that to me could be mean black to me, because black is first. Okay, it was the first people on this planet. I could go on and on, but that's for another show. In WNBA scores, the Fire defeated the Tempo 97-83. Carla Light had 27 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists. Naira Sabali had 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. The Sparks defeated the Lynx 89-82. Ray Burrell had 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I jack off her first name, not her last name. It's crazy. De'Aric Hamby had 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and this name is Abumake, and it don't even spell like that. Nneka Abumake had 16 points. For the Lynx, Olivia Miles has led the way. She's the Rookie of the Year in my estimation. Right now, you could give her the award, because all she's been doing is putting up triple doubles and close to it every game and leading the way as a rookie. Olivia Miles had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Nafisha Kaya, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. The Aces defeated the Fever. Asia Wilson led the way as usual with 26 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. Jackie Young, the Pippen of her team, she had 22, 4, and 9 assists. 4 rebounds, 9 assists. The Fever, Kelsey Mitchell had 28 points and 4 assists. Aaliyah Boston had 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. In Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Angels defeated Baltimore 4-1, Cincinnati 6, Oakland 5. The Mets defeated Cleveland 13-6. Milwaukee defeated Pittsburgh 5-2. Cubs 3, Blue Jays 2. Detroit 11. Seattle had a donut, so they was trying to glaze me. So it was 11 zip. Somebody get them some coffee. What they want, cold or hot? Philadelphia 7, Nats 3, Boston 12, Chicago White Sox 11, Atlanta 11, Minnesota 3. Atlanta 11, Miami 3, Minnesota 4, Kansas City 3, San Diego 5, Arizona 1. Okay, the question of today, because I missed the quiz yesterday, was who got the same name as their city as an acronym? Acronym means taking words that out your name and make it in another word, like that, or it could be identical word, or it could just be a word, but it's made out of your name. You made it that name, so that makes it an acronym. That's the meaning of acronym. Okay? So the answer to that is BK, Bernard King. And that's my homie. He's from my projects, Fort Greene Projects, Ingersoll, Walt Whitman area. He's a legend. Bernard King was born on December 4th, 1956. He's an American former professional basketball player, small forward position in the National Basketball Association. He played 14 seasons with the New Jersey Nets, Utah Jazz, Golden State Warriors, and the New York Knicks and the Washington Bullets. King is a 4-time NBA All-Star, 4-time selection, and led the NBA in scoring in 1984-1985 season. He was inducted into Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame on September 8, 2013. His younger brother Albert also played in the NBA, so we have to do a special on Albert next, in the NBA during his career. Basketball legend Julius Erving, otherwise known as the Doctor, Dr. J, said King was the toughest player he ever faced. Imagine that coming from the Doctor. Doctor don't lie, he's a bad mother himself. Bernard King was born on December 4th, 1956 in Brooklyn, New York. He developed his basketball skills on the playgrounds of they say the playgrounds of Fort Hamilton. That's wrong. I think that's wrong because he's from Fort Greene. So he had to develop it in Fort Greene. He didn't grow up in Fort Hamilton. He went to Fort Hamilton. So yeah, if he developed it in college, then that's something I doubt he developed it in the projects, in the hood. Yeah, okay, right outside his house, there's a full court basketball right next to where he grew up, the building that he grew up. Okay, so Bernard King developed his basketball skills on the playgrounds of Fort Hamilton in Brooklyn. King used the outdoor courts of New York City to refine his game and as an escape from his surroundings. Reflecting on this time, King noted how the parks provided space where he could focus entirely on basketball, teaching him discipline and motivating him to pursue greatness. King attended the University of Tennessee, where he had a successful collegiate basketball career. His time in college prepared him for his future in professional basketball. At 6'7", 205 pounds, King was an explosive, high-scoring small forward, utilizing long arms and a quick release. King was a tremendous scorer in the 1984-85 season. He led the NBA in scoring with a 32.9, and if he didn't blow his knee, he would have led the league from there on out until Jordan came. But Jordan took over. But he was that. After playing college basketball for Tennessee Volunteers, the New York Nets selected King. I think that's wrong. No, I think that's right. It might be talking about his brother. I don't know. After playing collegiate basketball for the Tennessee Volunteers, the New York Nets selected King with the 7th overall pick in the 1970 NBA draft. Months later, the Nets relocated from Uniondale, New York to New Jersey, became known as the New Jersey Nets. for the most points. So this is why I say there had to be a mistake there, because his brother played for the Nets and was drafted by the Nets, not Bernard King. So that was that's a mistake. So this is, I'm so sorry, it's not me. I'm reading this from Wikipedia, guys. So my apologies. So I'm gonna basically leave that there. Okay, I'm gonna just finish with this. On a trip, on a Texas road trip on June 31st, February 1984, King made history by becoming the first player since Rick Barry in 1967 to score at least 50 points in consecutive games. He scored 50 points on 20 for 30 shooting with turned 3 free throws in a 117-113 victory over the San Antonio Spurs, January 31st. King followed this with another 50-point performance at Dallas, setting a reunion arena single-game scoring record in the process. He scored 11 points both the first and second quarters and 14 posts in both the third and fourth quarters. King drew 13 fouls on Dallas Mavericks defenders, including Mark Aguirre, who fouled out. King shot 20 for 28 from the field with 10 free throws in a 105-98 win over the Mavericks. Okay. The next season, on Christmas Day 1984, King lit up the New Jersey Nets for 60 points in a losing effort, becoming just the 10th player in NBA history to score 60 or more points in a single game. King had 40 points by halftime and finished the game with 19 of 30 shooting from the field and 22 of 26 from the free throw line. He didn't miss from the free throw. He could shoot, man. He was a bad boy. He was unstoppable. He was very, very unstoppable, and that's the life of. I'm sorry for the imperfection, guys, but I'm only reading. I didn't know this was going to happen. Maybe I'll have an accurate report on my second go round. So I'm so sorry, but I hope you enjoyed the life of Bernard King, one of Fort Green's finest, my homie from my projects. We got a lot of legends, a lot of bad NBA. We probably got the most NBA players come out of Fort Greene than anywhere else. I don't know. Somebody got to show me who got more than Fort Greene projects, because we got 3. Give me one that got more. One projects anywhere that got more NBA players that played in the NBA that had a career. Not 1 year, not 2 years, a career. So with that, I would like to say free Poppy, free Sadiq, see Just, free Supreme, free Naheem. And before I leave, you know I got to say what I love to say. May each of you want, but never want as long as you live. May each of you live to be 100, and me 100 minus a day, so I'll never know when great people like you have passed away. May you live as long as you want, but never want as long as you live. And please remember, if your device is not on the next place 6-7, then your device is not on. Peace, wealth, and prosperity to all. Thank you for joining me. I'm out.